Okay, 12 o'clock. Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Yep.
Thank you so much for accepting I punya invitation ni. Macam I kata lah, I sebenarnya lama dah mengidam nak invite you to come and talk in my Ask Me Anything. All over, you know, during the pandemic, this is what I've been up to. Every Monday setiap pukul 12 sampai pukul 1 I ada session ni, simply because I think it's a great day to start the week, ya, walaupun kita semalam Chinese New Year kan. So during the pandemic, setiap hari Isnin ni I've opened up this particular 1 hour slot untuk allow friends and network to ask anything that's got to do with career. Somebody questions about, you know, job roles, anything that's got to do with how we continue in our career journey lah. So guys, today we're very pleased, or rather I'm very happy to have Prof Noor Azizi Ismail hari ini, yeah. And let me just do this just a moment. Let me just do a few clicks here. All right. Now, Professor Dato Dr. Noor Azizi Ismail. So he is a guy whom I've met quite a number of years ago, and we only met a couple of times, I think, over the years.
Yeah.
Yang virtual macam ni. And I remember during the lockdown, yeah, Prof, you wrote a book. Ni dia. I believe, therefore I am. Lepas publish je, Prof, teruslah I membelinya ni. Tak tinggal membaca.
I tak beli lagi.
Itulah. Alamak, I punya video got stuck there for a bit. But anyone who is interested to buy Professor Noor Azizi's book, tolonglah beli. I rasa sangat-sangat bagus untuk membacanya, and thank you so much for the note for me. Really appreciate it. So this is a good buy, guys. Belilah. I promote sikit buku you sebab memang bagus untuk baca. Okay, so what happened is this. A couple of weeks ago, Prof and everyone, I had a long chat with a few friends on our topic today lah, which is basically about retirement kan. Jadi retirement ni I rasa macam sensitif sebab I ni rasanya umur tu macam dah dekat lah. Umur yang orang kata define as retirement kan. Dia anything that hits 45 and above, orang kata you dah plan tak untuk retirement. And I was thinking, why? You know, because our previous Prime Minister pun, he was still working. You know, we have so many others who are still contributing throughout the years, even at whatever age pun. Umur 100 pun you still contribute. Jadi I rasa hari ni there are a few points that I wanted to kind of discuss with you, pick your brain on this topic and some of the items. For example, ya ke perkataan retirement ni macam you kan, dengan gambar, dengan video laut kat belakang tu, you know, biasanya orang associate orang retirement, you know, beladang kan, lepas tu tak buat apa-apa, you know, they don't do anything. And I think this narrative is very wrong, especially for the current context. We do a lot more things. So before that, can I just invite you to share a little bit about your background and you know, up until to a point of you sitting here with us today. So what have you been up to?
Yeah, terima kasih Hani for the invitation. Appreciate that. Okay, I've been in academic technically dah 30 tahun. You know, after my graduation, I joined an audit firm. Very short stint before I got an offer from UUM at that time to become a tutor. And kalau kira daripada tutor tu dah 92 Oktober, meaning that dah 30 tahun lah.
Berapa tahun dah tu, Prof?
Tapi kalau officially, sebab tutor is not considered as a service. Dia tak masuk servis dalam government dululah. So kalau kita dari as a lecturer 95, May 95. So in a couple of years then baru cukup 30 tahun lah.
Okay.
And you know, dalam academic I went through, tengok lah dia punya the changes in the higher education landscape dan sebagainya. I've been, you know, holding many admin position. Kita start dengan dekan lah. I've been dean for about 7 years. Then promoted to deputy vice-chancellor, and then seconded to Mohi as deputy DG, and then became the VC, and now dah habis VC, then I'm a professor lah. Back to teaching. I'm teaching, currently teaching MBA, DBA. But saya ni lain sikit lah. Being an academic, ada orang cakap, kau ni lain sikit. Because since my young days, I banyak engage dengan industri. So that's what make me a bit different from others lah. Agree. Even now pun, I did some engagement with the corporate work. Tengok pada I punya minat lah. Jadi because I'm not engaging with them just merely to make money. It's more like what I'm passionate about that match what they are doing. Just one example, I'm currently helping one startup company because they are working on social business. So I like dia punya business ideas, so they contacted me, so I voluntarily trying to help them.
Excellent.
Okay, so and I'm planning to retire.
As in retire.
Dia dah masuk dalam kepala tu lah. I'm planning for that. But retirement, you mentioned about how do we define it? I think even Tun dah 97, 98 kan. He's still working. Even the current Prime Minister, PM Anwar pun dah 70 something. Jadi I think it's more like reorientation, probably.
Reorientation. I like that. Writing this down.
Towards something that we want to do, something that is probably more fulfilling. In terms of, kalau kita lihat pada Maslow, I think everyone knows about Maslow hierarchy needs, you know. So kalau kita muda-muda dulu, we don't have much choice. You know, it's more on the fulfilling the basic needs, the security, getting a job, things like that. But as we move along, I think we move to more like what we call the psychological needs. You know, you not kind of like some where once you have built your connection, networking, and then you move up the ladder, you go for kind of like respect, recognition, some
fulfillment lah.
Once you pass that level, I think it's more like you want to do some kind of like self-actualization. Apa yang you nak? It's no longer yang tadi lah kita dah ada. So the priority is probably different. You know, we are pursuing more of our passion. How can we contribute something to the society dan sebagainya. So
But then Prof, maybe things have changed. I remember dia nak cakap dulu-dulu lah kan, dulu-dulu ni maybe I don't know 15, 20 ago, when somebody says I'm retiring. So bila dia kata retiring ni, dia punya words which is in the same sentence is going towards the sunset. Bunyi macam sedih tau. Bunyi macam sedih. Jadi apa pasal lah yang macam tu? And shall we change the narrative? I mean, you just say reorientation, right?
Yeah.
Shall we change the narrative? I don't like the word retirement.
I think that's why I think ada fikir juga bila you punya ni kan apa benda the right word that we can use to replace retirement. I think reorientation is a better word. Tapi kadang-kadang macam like you said lah, some people said that they lepas retire dia nak lebih dekat Tuhan ke, dia nak lebih baik ke. I think that is not really, I don't concur with that lah, sebab benda tu kita kena start daripada awal pun. It's always you know, when we pursue about, we're talking about it is in our life basically, not after retirement. Kan? Kalau baru retire baru nak jadi orang baik, I think that is something wrong there.
Target je umur 15, you know, you hit the sorry, 15 pula. 55. Kalau you retire 55 kan, esok dah retirement day. Jadi agaknya bila time yang dia nak, you know, jadi baik, nak jadi baik tu.
Saya lebih tengok pada I check life expectancy di Malaysia, you know. Kalau kat Malaysia umur dalam 75 lah. Average. Kalau orang perempuan dia tinggi sikit about 78, male about 73. And then I tengok juga some of my friends, my seniors, when they retire at the age of 60, they have plan, you know, you want to go here and there, and then by the time dia retire tu pun dia dah tak sihat dan sebagainya. Itu pun satu hal juga.
Satu hal.
Jadi and then I tengok the new generation, my batch, ramai dah retire. But
and you're not that old, okay?
Yeah. So ada yang even my brother retired at 48, 49. So he's never been happier the way I look at him. And of course he just live a modest life. Jadi tak ada pressure dan sebagainya kan. And he can do whatever that he likes, pursuing his interest, his passion. I think that's about it. But balik pada kadang-kadang dia at stage of our life tadi, dia kena tengok juga before retire, then you need to consider you need to calculate dia punya financial consideration.
Yes. Obviously.
Kita tak nak put pressure unnecessarily.
Betul.
Kalau yang tu dah okay, you can survive. And then that in terms of that security, financial security, then you can pursue whatever passion. In my case, kalau saya nak retire, probably I'm going to retire. But that's something that I want to do basically. It's not like retire tak buat apa langsung. So we want to do something, but I said at our own pace, time dan sebagainya. We want that kind of freedom.
Yes. So basically kan, Prof, if I understand this right, the newer way, the better way of saying the retirement ni, kita remove je lah retirement ni. Maybe you know, sebab kata retirement ni dia macam orang tu bila dah habis bekerja kan, dia tak bergerak. You know, to me, in my mind, mental image ni dia tengok TV aja, you know. Lepas tu attending to kaki dia yang sakit, you know, pinggang krok-krak yang tu. That's my mental image, and that doesn't sit well with me. So it's a bit of a problem. So coming back to what we've discussed kan, so I have another curious question here. You were also talking about you know, some of your friends who retire earlier kan, and your brother at the age of young 48, 49, young, you know, early retirement, right? And I also caught what you say about making sure you punya financial situation is should be okay, you can afford to move out from your current role kan. Jadi ini all things considered, bermakna siapa yang ada plan to do something outside of dorang punya normal role ni, must plan financially, maybe mentally, dengan spouse even. Dulu kerja, spouse kata you tak ada kat rumah, jadi bila dah retire ni asyik kat rumah, kot dia stress.
Tengok muka sama.
Tengok muka sama, tak ada bincang-bincang. Dulu cool kan, wife boleh pergi sana, pergi sini, husband pergi sana. Ini tiba-tiba 24/7, stress juga tu. All things considered. So to your mind kan, what would be your advice for those who plan to rest, or reorientate their career journey? What would be your advice?
Dia susah juga. I think it depends on the individual kan. But I think dalam konteks ni, I think you must have a plan lah.
Okay.
What you want to do after your so-called retirement. Dia tak boleh macam you cakap tadi lah. I mean, you cannot stop working. You have to continue working, doing something. Because your brain need to work.
Yes.
Yeah, your physical also need to work. It's just that we may work in a different setting. And not orang kata we have to follow the 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 punya ni kan. But we still need working. And it's, to me, it's supposed to be more fulfilling in a way. Macam in my case lah, I give example. Kalau katalah, I'm considering, but I haven't made a decision yet, because at least I have to wait until 55 lah. Kalau 55 baru dapat pension.
Betul.
Kalau awal ni you get that whatever gratuity punya duit, tapi you tak dapat pension. So, because you need that security as well.
Correct.
And then kalau jadi, then of course I have few things in my mind that I want to pursue. And the plan is I've been planning for that about a year ago. To engage in, and I have started doing it. Sikit. And kita tengok, sebab kita tak tahu tau, bila kadang-kadang benda tu bermain dalam kepala, but once we really do the actual things, it might not meet whatever your expectation.
Dia lain kan, Prof?
Nak kena test dulu, tengok macam mana, kena dengan jiwa ke apa semua kan.
Betul lah tu. So tell me something. I know that you're on sabbatical leave. So ada orang tanya, Prof, you dah retire ke? You kata tak, I'm on sabbatical leave. Jadi boleh tak explain siapa-siapa yang kurang faham ataupun they're not quite sure what's the difference between those who are on retirement mode versus sabbatical, especially for academician, dia kadang dia sabbatical setahun. So macam you ni sabbatical lah ni. Apa beza dia, Prof?
Dia dalam academic, we are entitled to apply for sabbatical leave after certain years of working time lah, baru you boleh memohon. Then that sabbatical, you boleh mohon once or twice. Boleh. And then the period dia 6 months to 9 months.
6 months to 9 months. Okay.
Macam saya itu, I choose 9 months. Sebab saya dah almost 30 tahun kerja, I tak pernah minta cuti sabbatical ni. Because selalu sibuk. And the people gave me all this kind of position. So I don't have the time to apply for it. So after my VC punya contract ended, then I said that is the time for me to go. And to do sabbatical, you can attach to other university, you can attach to corporate, or you can work on your own. Like in my case, I choose to do things myself. I write books, insyaAllah sedang dalam proses printing lah. My
Okay.
latest book is about impossible. Tajuk dia pun I'm possible actually.
Okay, yeah, I saw that one. I chose
Yeah.
satu, okay? I chose satu.
Yeah. So I have written one book and I have written berapa belas articles,
Yes, yes.
sharing whatever that I have in my mind.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I also work with helping, engaging with the industries dan sebagainya lah.
Yeah,
Pursuing
yeah.
my passion. Tapi ramai yang choose to go overseas, attached to other academic institutions. I think I have had enough of it. So that's why I didn't choose. Saya lebih suka buat benda yang saya buat tu lah.
Benda lain lah pula, Prof.
Benda lain.
So to your mind kan, bila you dah explore lah, ini kira exploration phase kan. Dulu academic world, lepas tu now going into some sort of introduction to the corporate life, which is totally different animal altogether kan. And I also believe that ramai je yang who are preparing for that next stage ni, in their mind is playing quite nice, tapi bila dia masuk into that stage, the transition stage, they realize that things are not exactly what they think it is. For example kan, quite a number of my friends who are trainers, jadi dia kata dulu cikgu, contohnya dulu cikgu, jadi bila dia dah retire dia nak jadi trainer sebab dulu dia mengajar. Jadi mungkin some of the skill set tu sama, tapi sebenarnya there are new things that they have to they have to learn. Networking, one thing, is one big key challenge, because you kita sendiri kan. Jadi lain lah. What do you think about that? What's your thoughts?
Betul lah tu. Maknanya it is a different world. When I talk to my friends about consulting job, executive trainings, it's not that easy. Getting a job is not that easy. It is very, very competitive. So whether you want to, the options is like this. I think whether you want to set up your own and go into that upper market, or to me, I'm not going to do that. I have had enough of competition type of thing. So from my point of view, my plan is more of building up my own expert,
right?
Create my own brand so that people will find you to be part of that particular job. So kita pun tak pening lah. You don't have to go out perah kepala nak get a business, which is very, very challenging.
Yes.
So I like, macam hari tu masa during my sabbatical ada lah, invited me to be part of consulting job, executive training, kind of like,
because I think this is where during the pandemic kan, ramai je yang retire ataupun on that next stage kind of transition, and they realize that, my God, being an entrepreneur or running your own little business, as little as it is, as small as it is, running an enterprise, is not really that easy. Jadi I also kind of hoping that for many of our friends who are already looking at that stage to kind of upskill themselves, understand that there is a need to plan. So, okay, I have another question here for you. How do we know when we want to go to the next stage? So some people, they are looking at certain age. 55 tu memang lah quote itu average wajib punya age. But some people, they just kind of know it. So you're young age and you kind of know it. So how do we know?
I think it goes back to the Maslow. You sometimes you do not plan for it. It's not like, okay, I'm going to try by age this and that. It comes to you that probably you want to do something that is more fulfilling. In my case, I've been in academia for 30 years. That's a long time, and I've been at the ministry. I've been VC, blah blah blah, and I think I've given all when I hold that position. So, hey, then it comes to you that you need to start thinking about yourself, you know,
Yes.
and your inner purpose and things like that. And yeah, so what are the what we call it, the wonderful things that you want to do? It's not like if in academic, you know, prior to this session we discussed about the KPIs, things like that. I'm no longer interested in publishing academic papers, for example. You know, I've done that, and I have published in probably the best journal in my discipline. So I have nothing else to pursue. I have done research, and even if research, what type of research I want to do? Research that can bring some value, some impact to the society, to the industry. So your priority is different now. You are not chasing the numbers. You want to do something else. And even now, I'm doing something, trying to help. I just want to share with you that kita ada banyak sekolah pondok, religious schools. I have friends who are the mudir lah, the pengetua ke apa. So I talk to him, where do you do your students go after completing that? You know, many of them will be unemployed. Tak ada. So let's do something. So I came up with something, proposal, the model itself, and of course nak buat benda tu kena ada some networking, some funding. So that's my job. So I contacted few people because they don't know how to do it, kat sekolah pondok dan sebagainya. So nothing for me basically, but what I want is that I want to see that something better come out from the sekolah pondok. Tak perlulah lagi satu. You know, hopefully we can provide jobs by giving these skills to them. Saya cakap dengan orang, seminggu kau orang belajar, you take out 2 days to learn kemahiran.
Skill.
To prepare them to do something, to earn after dia habis belajar, selain daripada mengajar ni kan. And another one is that how can the sekolah pondok to self-sustain financially. So that's what I'm trying to do. Tak ada lah dari segi lantikan research ke, dari segi apa, tak ada. It's just you want to do it because you want to do it.
For high impact. Impact dia ni apa ni?
Sebab kita macam kita ada some networking lah. Kita cuba untuk dapat funding pun, insyaAllah kita tahu kat mana.
InsyaAllah.
Nah, untuk dapat kemahiran kat mana. So I think that is more fulfilling. Kalau dalam bentuk research pun, that is the type of research that I want to do.
So no longer KPI ni tied back to performance review, tu naik gaji contohnya, or naik pangkat. Tak ada lah. Oh my goodness. Prof, that sounded, you know, it's no longer just goals. I think ramai bila fikirkan, you know, about career progression and all that, it's always about the goals. So, you know, goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. But to my mind also, if we're just talking about goals and limiting ourselves to goals, so once you arrive or achieve that goal, what's next, right? Before I go on to the next one, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who joined us today. Actually, yang registernya ramai. But here we are. We have quite a number of friends who joined us today. Second day of Chinese New Year. I think ramai yang pergi holiday kot. Firdaus, thank you so much for joining us. Zuraida, thank you also. Kamaldin, Izam, George is here, and someone logged in using a mobile phone. I'm not quite sure who is that, but that's okay. If you have any question for Prof Azizi, feel free to raise your hand or just type it out in the chat box and, you know, join in the conversation. I also would like to, Prof, I just like to invite everyone here to just say hi. Zu, how are you? Hari ni bercuti you?
Hai. Cuti tapi buat kerja. I'm not video ready lah, if you're wondering. So I letaklah muka gambar glamour sikit. I am nothing like my photos, so So let everybody, ada apa tu? Ini macam apa dia orang kata, budak-budak sekarang kata, avatar, what's the word for it? I don't know.
Okay lah, tak apa.
I may not look like that.
Zul, boleh explain sikit your background and what industry you're from? I know who you are, but maybe sharing with some friends here.
I'm a PR consultant. Right now I'm freelancing. I've been freelancing since 2019. So freelancing in the sense that I work with an agency to run certain projects, depending on the kind of projects that the agency gets, and if it suits my capabilities and my time, especially my time, I will take it up lah. Because right now, I sometimes like to call myself semi-retirement. Nak katakan retired, I think I'm not financially stable to say I'm retired. I've been in PR for over 25 years, so you can roughly know how old I am or how young I am. But I've always been in PR, so so that's my specialty lah. So right now I work with one agency or two maximum, because I like the flexibility, and I also like the opportunity to say yes or no to a certain project. So I think I've done masa muda-muda tu, you work long hours. I've done that. So now it's just to chill down.
Yeah, good for you, Zu. For everyone's information, Zu was working with an agency before, one of these big agency, but after that she has gone off on her own. And I call her the PR extraordinaire lah. So walaupun dia bunyi dia macam low profile kan, tapi sebenarnya tak. So she's very sharp. Okay, so thanks, Zu. Firdaus, how are you?
Hello, Assalamualaikum. I'm good.
Daripada mana, Firdaus?
I'm from Kampung now at Pasir Mas, Kelantan. I having a kanduri for my nephew today.
Terima kasih kerana log in daripada jauh
Yeah.
Jarang jumpa abang-abang Kelantan, orang kata. Dia selalu orang KL, dia semua. Jadi terima kasih banyak-banyak kerana log in. Kalau you ada apa-apa soalan untuk Prof Azizi, silakan. Prof masih di KB kan? Bukan kat KL kan?
Ya, KB.
KB, tu dia. Okay, terima kasih Firdaus. Izam, thanks so much for logging in. I know you've been really busy. Boleh intro sedikit about yourself, Izam?
So, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Izam, staying in Cheras but currently in Melaka because of holiday. I'm working from home at the moment with one of the software agency in KL. Apart from that, actually working with software agency, I'm doing business development for them. And then apart from that, I'm also doing some side hustle, a little bit there, here and there. Not really for money making, even though money is very important, but to get more exposure, especially helping SME in terms of digital marketing at the moment. Yeah.
Ya, Izam ni kiranya anak didik saya lah, Prof. Ni dulu budak Johor. Lepas tu one day he flew in all the way from Johor to KL. One day to meet up with me. Jumpalah dekat KLCC. So tak macam mana entah, I tak tahu lah apa influence I kat dia. The next thing you know, he pindah KL. And after that, melekatlah kat sini. So tu dia Izam, thank you so much for joining in all the way from Melaka. I hope your grandma and mom sihat. InsyaAllah. Grandma dia, how old is the grandma already, Izam?
93, ada kat depan tu.
No.
Gigih lagi tu, dia duduk sorang-sorang tu. Okay, thanks so much. Kamadin, are you here with us?
Yes, I am.
Hi.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Selamat tengah hari semua. I am blessed to be invited to join this program. I'm from Seremban, work and live in Seremban, but not originally orang Negeri Sembilan. Travel quite a bit in my life. I work for a multinational electronic company, American electronic company, named Onsemi, Malaysia. I'm doing HR for the last 32 years. So if you're okay, talk a bit, I wanted to share a bit my thought about the retirement.
Sure.
Retirement is a legal thing in Malaysia. You have to retire from your work because there is an retirement act that you have to do. But because of that, I believe that actually a lot of people think that actually when they retire legally, they have to retire everything. So I think that's the thing that we probably want to change.
Yeah.
My view is actually sometimes you'll be lucky if you find things that you do what you love. A lot of people like me, I have to love what I do. So legal retirement really giving me an opportunity to do what I love. That's how I see it. And preparing to do what you love, because you've been doing what you have to love sometime for the last 30 over years or probably 35 years before you retire, then it's actually your skill to do what you love probably no longer there.
Agree.
I'm looking at is actually we have to prepare to do what you love probably 15 years before you practically retire. So I'm started doing preparing myself to do what I love since my age of 42.
Wow.
And now I'm 55. I have 5 more years to do for legal retirement. I hope by the time I retire legally by my company, the company that I serve, basically I'm good at what I want to do. So that's my view, honey. Thank you.
Excellent. And I think that's how we need to shift in terms of the narrative itself, because you're right, Kamadin. It is a legal it is a legal thing that you have to do even at an organization per level. I read that actually the term retirement is not so much for the employees. It is a legal term for the employers.
Exactly, honey. If not, it's going to be too expensive for me to cover the insurance coverage for people actually above 60. I mean, above 60 to 67 still okay. After 67, I think 99% of the insurance company in Malaysia do not accept insurance coverage anymore. If you pass 63, the premium going to be expensive and more expensive and more expensive. It's still okay because I believe at the age of 65, 67, even 70, some people are very productive and we want them, but it's going to be too expensive for the company to cover them. So we have to retire them.
In terms of the legalities of things, I suppose my thought about this is that not only that we need to change the narrative, not only just for the company, but for the employees as well, like most of us, but also to make sure that we are harnessing the productivity of the best version of that person. The best version, it doesn't have to be at the late stage or something like that, but at several points of our life, and it may also be towards the tail end, the above 50, because of the maturity, the skill set, the experience, and all that. Why are we locking them out, and not doing that? But that's my perspective lah. When I talk to organisation kan, kita tak ambil orang tua-tua, dia kata sebab dia perkataan tua-tua tu, my heart rasa macam like kena pinch. Thanks, Gamadin. I may want to pick your brain on that one. We have George who just stepped in. Dia punya video is a bit of dear. How are you? He's just like 10 steps away from me.
Assalamualaikum, everyone. Good to see you all here for the second day of Chinese New Year. Very interesting topic, this one of retirement. I think it's rather foolish. I mean, to look at like mandatory retirement. I mean, in Canada, there's no such thing really as mandatory retirement. But even though there isn't, companies being practical, insurance premiums go up for their older employees, et cetera, et cetera. They want to make room for some of the juniors to move up. So while there isn't any sort of mandatory retirement in Canada that you must leave your employment, I think that there are all kinds of subtle and maybe not so subtle pressures that companies put on their employees back in North America to sort of force them out, right? And in Canada, we have a government pension plan. So in addition to paying our income tax and our unemployment insurance premiums while we're working, we also contribute to a pension plan that's managed by the government of Canada. And so we can take our pensions as early as 60 years of age. So next year will be my qualifying year. If I want to take a pension, I can collect my government pension starting next year if I want, but it's reduced by about 33% if I were to delay taking my pension until age 65. And you can actually get a little bit more if you delay taking your pension until age 70. So, while there's no sort of mandatory requirement, again, companies will try and push out their older employees. But, I've been reading as I get older, I sort of get a little bit edgy, right? Because you can sort of see the writing on the wall, whereas you used to have like 40 or 50 years at age 30. Now I'm looking at maybe 15, 20 years at age 60, that are left, right? To accomplish all of the things that I want to accomplish. And I'm going, man, where's the time gone? Where's the time gone? So it's like, I've been doing a little bit of informal research on this, and I'm finding that for men, I don't know the situation about women, but for men, many men are actually most productive and start coming into their own from about 60 onwards. 60 to 80 are sort of the years for men. If you want to accomplish things and achieve things, it seems to happen in your 60s, 50s and 60s. So I have some hope then that I'll be able to do the things that are really meaningful to me. I think I still have a lot to contribute to the world, God willing. And so I'm hoping that in my retirement years, I won't have to worry so much about money, and will just continue doing the things that I love and am passionate about. For you young people like Isam, if you haven't got your nest egg saved up, please pack some money aside. So that if you do decide that you don't want to work anymore when you're 60 or even 55, that you have the means to do the kinds of things that are important to you, your passion projects. So that's all I'm going to say. Alhamdulillah, thankfully, I don't have too many aches and pains just yet. So still able and active to be able to do the kinds of things I want to do. And Alhamdulillah, the mind has not started going yet. I think it's the suku that keeps it active, yeah. So Alhamdulillah, blessed by good health so far, and continuing on to the future, I hope.
Thank you, dear George. Prof, I have a question here that came in just earlier for you, and this is from one of your followers, great followers, an academician herself. I'm going to read it out to you for the benefit of information to others as well. All right, so her question is this: as an academic, I am frustrated with the systems focusing on KPI, and also doesn't allow me to be multidisciplinary. And in brackets, she said, you know what I mean? I'm doing it in school, but doing something else that I'm passionate about. Okay, so she's doing all of this due to KPI, but not doing something that she's passionate about. Hence, I always thought of retiring, despite I love mentoring the young ones. But thinking about retiring scares me, as I need the money to pay the loans. What can I do? Soalan cepu emas ni. Okay, sila.
Soalan cepu emas, susah nak jawab ni. Saya pun, I think, I tak tahu dia punya stage of career lah. But what, from my point of view, academic is a very interesting profession. Because even though you are, I think in this case she's attached to IT school, information technology school. She has other passion that she would like to pursue and doesn't like I don't know what KPI she or he is referring to. But I think being an academician, I think first we need to understand that other than teaching, we cannot run away from doing research. We must write and we must engage with the community, etc. And plus, if you are able to do some consulting job, etc. So I think the problem with when I talk to some of the junior academicians, they are getting stressful when they look at other people who really publish too many papers. You don't have to follow them, because to me what's important is to pursue your passion, and she's or he is in the IT school. Just don't look at the IT itself, because look in a broader perspective that IT can be applied in any other disciplines. So IT itself is a multidisciplinary discipline, that can be applied to any other sectors, industries dan sebagainya. So I think kalau dia muda lagi, I think just stay on, because she is probably in the first going to the second stage of the Maslow hierarchy, for example, the security of employment dan sebagainya. And try to love like Brother Kamarudin ke apa tadi? Kamarudin yang mentioned sometimes you have to love what you are doing, not do what you love. Sama juga, I never plan to become an academician, tapi down the road, you start loving what you are doing, because there are many ways to make it meaningful. So find that, I think, then jangan cepat ni lah. I think banyak lagi yang kita boleh buat. Dan jangan tengok a small group of people who are really pushing things, because the way I look at it now, higher education is going to change.
Hopefully, Prof.
The focus is no longer, even the minister said, they kata measuring the effectiveness of the success of academician based on the impact of papers, publication is no longer relevant. It's of yesterday. We are looking at the research, not the publication now. So things will get better, inshallah. So just stay tuned, stay put there, do your best.
Do your best.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope I hope that she will take heed of your advice, and I will share this recording with her. For those of you who are here today, we have one lady, Annie-Liza. Annie, you're here? I hope you are.
Yes, I'm here.
Good. Okay, good. Welcome to my weekly session, and thanks so much. I'm so happy to see you today. Would you just quick intro about yourself for the benefit of our friends here today?
Okay, firstly, I'm going to apologize that I'm not going to on the camera because I'm a bit down with the cough, so I'm not really dressed correctly. Anyway, yeah. So I'm in my almost retirement age as well. I've been in the corporate sector for the last 30 years. I've been in 8 different companies, GLCs, MNCs, different industries. So I've been in the construction, broadcasting, banking, aviation industries. I've done almost 360 of the communications fields. So I've done PR, I've done branding, I've done advertising and promotions, I've done customer care, even customer experience journey. Yeah, so what I'm doing now is I've not been in the corporate sector since 2018. After I left Malaysia Airlines. So I've been freelancing, tried to do a bit of business, but found that, you know, if you do like retail business on your own, it's just going to kill you. Consulting, consulting was a lot easier because I didn't have to worry about, you know, designing new products, keeping tabs of the SKU and agency and you know, agents down me marking up the number of items they have, you know, all the accounting and all that lah. So what I focus on now mainly is doing consulting for customer care and customer experience and also crisis communications. So that's my field of expertise. And also I'm trying to advocate humanitarian care because in all the years of experience and all the different companies I've worked for, even right now in consulting, the only company that focused on humanitarian care was the airline. And it's such a shame because companies like, you know, Prasarana, any company that has a potential to have a large number of victims needs to focus on humanitarian care because, you know, even for example, like Maybank, right? They have a large building. What if, na'uzubillah min zalik lah, but what if something happens, right? And you have 20 or 30 casualties. So, you know, have you thought about which is the nearest hospital to send them? Because these casualties may not just be your staff or employees. They could be visitors to the building.
Yeah.
So,
Insurance lah.
yeah, but you know,
I know what you're saying.
I mean, as a corporate, are responsible. So do you take care of these people? You know, where's the nearest hospital? How many next of kin are you allowed to come? If the next of kin is from Johor ke Sabah Sarawak?
Yalah. Macam mana kan? How to address that?
So that's one thing I want to bring into the corporate awareness lah, if you can see.
Excellent. Thank you, Annalisa. Thanks so much for joining me and all of us today. Okay, I'm just doing a bit of a quick time check, Prof, and everyone. We have a few more minutes to go. Perhaps I would like to kind of invite Prof Azizi, Prof to share a bit of reflection lah. Maybe a bit of reflection on macam mana nak kata if you I give you one question to help with the conversation. If you had the ability to change things before your time now shifting and transiting to the next phase, if you can change certain things, what would that be?
Okay, saya lihat mainly in this perspective of academic lah.
Yalah.
Been 30 years and probably ada juga sikit-sikit in corporate. I think my focus now, what I'm currently developing myself is on the design thinking, the ability to think. Because based on my experience, things are not, we are sometimes stuck somewhere because it is not rocket science, you know. If we can make people think, you know, that is one. Dia berkait tau. One is that to teach people how to think, but prior to that is to make or to push people to think, because some are not. I found it in sometimes the university or government agency that the willingness to push things, to make things better is not there. And that need to be changed. So if I can, when I was the Vice-Chancellor, I think the focus is more on that in creating a new culture, the thinking culture. So we establish like one is, I call it as Ignite Venture Innovation Lab. The main purpose is just to get people to think and ask questions. Why, how can we do better? Why we are doing what we are doing now? So and if we can change that, I think we can achieve many things, you know. So that's what I'm really focusing on, and what I'm trying to impart on the new young academicians. And yeah, I hope that we can do something. And in the context of bigger, you know, the bigger purpose of it, like when we are talking about KPIs,
Yes.
you know, dalam academic kita bincang tadi kan, why you are publishing papers, why you are doing research, you have to understand the purpose. Then you can do the right impactful research that can, you know, the right research that can have impact to the bigger agenda, to the industry, to the society, and things like that. So it's not the numbers.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do, and hopefully I can do something to change the people's mindset, the way they think. Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Prof. If you need you know, someone who or some folks to come and contribute in terms of you know, the thinking and the provoking. I won't say provoking lah, provoking kita selalu jadi negatif pula. But you know, more contributing towards your ideas ni. Feel free. You have one free hand here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Because I rasa macam you kata lah, concept, you know, to help people to think. I think that is so true. This analytical thinking, structural thinking, you know, the thinking bit ni kadang-kadang dia punya synapses tu dia macam tak connect kan, dia tak boleh nak analyze. So you know, the experience of even communication between human to human pun kadang lacking to my mind lah. Okay, so the next question that came in, I'm just minding time here, is a few more minutes. To your mind, what can you advise for those who wants to retire early?
Macam tadi lah, first I think financial consideration has to be there.
Financial consideration, yes.
And you have to prepare what you want to do after your retirement. And that doesn't, you cannot think once you retire. You have to prepare that at least. Macam Kamadin kata, he's been doing that for 50 years.
Yeah.
And he dah prepare kan. So so you must think of that. And really, what are the things, the patience that you want to pursue after that? And yeah, it requires some planning. You know? So yeah, I think that's about it.
I think that's about it, right? So to consider for an early retirement, and I think the first thing we need to remove the word retirement is, somebody text me in just a few seconds ago. Dia kata, why retire? Why not revolve? Refresh plus evolve. So macam Prof punya ayat tadi, reorientation kan, dia ada perkataan baru pula, refresh plus evolve, dia jadi revolve. Okay, that's a good word as well. New phase, aim for business BOD roles. Itu dia kata, learn new skills to connect with top guns, golf, cycling. Alamak, siapa yang tak pernah pergi golf ni kena pergi belajar golf ke? Tak apa, kejap lagi I jawab kat dia. But I concur with you in all of the things that you have mentioned and shared with us earlier. I think financial consideration is very, very good. And just like what Kamadin has mentioned, the word retirement is actually legal term or reference that is required by the law to to address a few things. But whether we can retire early, it is entirely up to us. Again, financial consideration lah, tak boleh lah bila nak retire tu baru nak firefighting kan, itu tak adalah pula. So planning, I think very important. Planning tu sangat-sangat mustahak, and that's the reason why for us at Dragonfire we advocate sustainable career management. If everyone else is talking about sustainable business, sustainable building, sustainable economy, we are huge advocate for sustainable career management. What it means is that you take charge of your own career path. So it doesn't matter guguh di langit ke, apa ni, kita COVID ke lagi, apa semua, kena VSS. Ni for the past 3 years ni, I tengok banyak sangat kena VSS, kena downsize, right sizing lah, whatever words you want to choose. Age factors, dia kata, up to a point where I know a few companies who have begun letting go their employees even at a very early stage of 50 years old. So even though they have many years technically to work in the organization, but what they do is that they cut it off at 50, give big cash payout. Because I think in consideration of the calculation of the premium, bonus, increment and all that, the once payout is better than having them for the next 10 years. And that's the reason why I think that being especially for many of us who are still working for others, I think we need to take charge of our own career and make sure that we are financially viable lah kot bila nak retire tu. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, Prof. It is already 1 o'clock. Thank you again menyahut saya punya invitation tu. I'm blessed to have everyone here today. Jadinya just for everyone's information, I run this Ask Me Anything by HRB every Monday insyaAllah, daripada pukul 12 tengah hari sehingga 1 tengah hari. Jadi next week ada juga lagi satu sesi insyaAllah. And it will be streamed live to FB dan juga recording will be uploaded to YouTube. So those of you who have missed out on today's session and miss out having conversation with Prof Azizi may be able to log in. And if you have any other burning question juga, I hope you don't mind, Prof, for them to come and connect with you, and ask you all those tough questions lah. Hopefully. Okay. So with that, thank you again, everyone. Enjoy the long weekend. And see everyone again, inshallah, next week or some other time that they're meeting again. Okay, dear, you want to say 1 or 2 things before we go off?
Just thank you to everyone that showed up today, giving some time out of your Chinese New Year. Hope that everyone is doing well. Wishing everybody much success and good health in this Year of the Rabbit.
All right, thank you. Assalamualaikum semua, and see you guys again. Thank you, Prof.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hani.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.